What is the most unforgettable Reddit post that everyone needs to read? The lazy military officer who turned the ship so he could eat a bagel without the sun in his eyes. Can somebody provide a link to this beauty? https://www.reddit.com AskReddit comments 1 word flattest the laziest thing you've ever done. Edit. Please don't give me awards. If you want to give them to anyone, give them to the person who actually created the content originally. I only went to find the link again when someone else asked for it. Cheers, smile. I will never not read this story when it's linked. One of my favorites from years ago. The insurance adjuster who gives really good tips about filing for claims. It's usually linked in every house flood fire post we see. I don't have the link, but someone does. Edit. This is the comment. https://www.reddit.com Personnel finance comments 43 e per family 05 lost everything in a fire xil 3 question mark source share medium sapid mamios context 3. Moral of the story: go through your house and document every single thing you have in there just in case you have to make a claim. Do the grudge work while you can still take the photos. Edit. Am not changing that word, lol. I was thinking this while reading it. I saw a while ago someone advised at least going through your house and taking a video of everything. It's easier than taking still images of hundreds or thousands of things, and if the worst happens, you at least have video evidence of what you had. And could take still images from that. I'd what the regulations are with what you can submit. But yeah, keep track of your shit. Someone made a post about how they purposely like to block speeding cars and drive slow to make them mad, and a tree arborist gave probably one of the best responses I've ever read and has stuck with me. https://www.reddit.com Radvishy animals comments 1 kbhc and again strength from their tears and danger next. U medium android app source share context 3. Carbon monoxide story. Holy shit. That guy literally saved his life. This is the kind of gold I was hoping for. This one is extremely disturbing, but it was a post from a man looking for advice on leaving his wife. Not too long after, he posted an update that his wife murdered their children. Ooh, Jason in hell. The original post and account were deleted. And if anyone should doubt that it was real, because a story like that certainly sounds like it could be a troll, he linked to news stories that matched up with his original post. Just incredibly tragic. For those wondering, the mother who killed the kids in cold blood is currently in prison serving out a sentence of 120 years. Sounds like it will be a life sentence. n.m.wikipedia.org Originally Brandy Worley pleaded not guilty and had a trial scheduled. 15 In January 2018, Brandy Worley pleaded guilty to murder. 11 On March 19, 2018, Judge Harry Samas of the Montgomery Circuit Court sentenced Brandy Worley to 65 years for murdering Charlie and 55 years for murdering Tyler, giving her a consecutive total of 120 years in prison. Jason Worley stated, "All I care is to never see Brandy Worley again. Out of sight and out of mind." 3. Bro, what? She called 911 and said, "I stabbed myself and killed my 2 kids." She told her husband, "Now you can't take the kids from me," after he went upstairs. She confesses to the murders when a sheriff shows up to her house after the 911 call. And she pleads not guilty. WTF. Edit. I understand you can plead to specific charges and there are tactics involved, but still. She didn't seem like the person who was ashamed of it. Spousal revenge. Filicide. Spousal revenge killers murder their child apparently out of a desire to cause harm to their ex-partner, the child's other parent. Standard explanations of these killings fail to provide an adequate solution to what I call the problem of spousal revenge filicide. This is the problem of how a killer comes to take their rage at their former partner out on their own child and how that child can be dehumanized to the point of murder. Although the dehumanization of the victim is acknowledged to occur, why it occurs is not well understood. Here, I offer an hypothesis that the killer fails to represent their child as a moral subject with a mind of their own. This is due to a deficit in the killer's capacity for person perception, which is, by hypothesis, pathological. As such, the killer experiences the child as an object, rather than a person, which is of significant emotional value to the other parent. Help. Reddit turned Spanish and I cannot undo it. Reddit.com. The community got together and decided to troll up. It was awesome. The problema? Comment gets me every time. Also, that's the first time I've seen a timestamp on a thread say 1 decade ago. Damn. I went back to check and it says 11 years on mobile. Mine also says 11 years on desktop, but I use old Reddit. There was this story about a girl that was kidnapped as a child. And she was saved by some random guy in a stairwell who absolutely kicked the kidnapper's arse. She was saved just because one dude had the social awareness to notice that something was wrong. I need to read it again but can't seem to find it sadly. Edit, thanks to Ouya Haomi the story was found here. Hey, I'm the op of the mentioned Reddit post. Sorry I don't use Reddit much, so sorry if I say the wrong things or whatever. I recently have been getting a ton of messages and questions, so I guess I'll answer them here if that's okay. When I posted the story of what happened to me around a week or two later, someone claimed to know the cigarette guy. A few days later it was confirmed to be him and we exchanged information and talked on the phone. I posted a few updates, but I guess it broke the rules of the subreddit, so it was deleted. Since then I didn't post much updates because I'm not sure what is or isn't against the rules, and I'm not sure what people are curious to know about the situation. Edit, I'm getting a lot of questions. Most of them I answered previously, and some of them would be better for cigarette guy to explain himself. I talked to him earlier today, and we came to the conclusion the easiest way would be for him to do a live stream of some sort where people could ask questions to him directly. Maybe he would start the stream later today, tomorrow, or some other time. Let me know suggestions as to what app or site he should use to stream, or the best time for everyone. I appreciate everyone's interest in this situation. How did the conversation go with Cigarette Guy? Was he happy to hear from you? Did he manage to stay out of jail? The conversations went good. He's a very enthusiastic, funny and insightful person. Sometimes he says things that make me change my entire way of thinking. He has managed to stay out of jail. Although he was in jail when he was a lot younger. I think the guy documenting his spiraling into a full-blown heroin addiction was one of the most disturbing and impressive things I read here. I forgot the name of the account, unfortunately. I found it. He did a bunch of AMAs. The last is 4 years ago. Hope has doing well. You spontaneous. Oh God, I forgot about this. That was a heartbreaking one for sure. Didn't it start with him using once for research or something like that? He says in his final update that he downplayed his substance use in his original thread. He was in denial about his alcohol and weed dependence. He says that had his life been going better he never would have tried H at all. I think that is the real takeaway from all of this. If you need help, please get it. Don't self-medicate, no matter how strong you think you are. Today you, tomorrow me. The story of a guy being helped on the side of the road by a lovely Mexican family who would take nothing return. I was going to post this out of all the ducked up shit on Reddit. This is the most wholesome shit I've ever read. I forget what it's called, but there is a thread where a guy makes an account just to roast the people on grilled cheese and how most of the things that they post are in fact melts. He then tells his life story about how he's been eating grilled cheeses 40 plus years and that the thread was in fact a disgrace. Hey, I was 21 at the time, I'm 27 now. I'm old but not that old. Well my dude, it seems like you succeeded. I checked grilled cheese and for at least the first 2 pages there are no melts in sight. I only wanted to bring balance to the force. https www.reddit.com Confessions Comments 93 Igna stood by and allowed me wife to almost kill our Unforgettable medium sapit mam ios every now and then something will remind me of this and I'll read it again. Truly crazy story. Reading this thread makes me realize there hasn't been a new legendary Reddit post in quite a while. I'm surprised the 12-foot party sub guy hasn't shown up. That one wasn't too long ago, I think. Edit, someone linked it below. It was actually 6 feet, but still. I mean, everything at the Museum of Freda will surely be of your interest, but if I have to think about one, the first that comes to mind is the story of the poop knife over at Riddifu. Poop knife is a classic. Reddit.com aka the story about Kevin. I can only assume God was looking the other way that day pretty much sums it up. If comment counts, definitely this story from an ex-Disney goofy. I cry every time. This is one of the best stories on Reddit, and the responses to it are just as great. I just wish I knew what happened to those girls afterwards. There was a self-post by a guy who'd been posting to Reddit for years, but had never received a single response or an upvote. He concluded that he was just really bad at Reddit. It turned out that some setting on his account was preventing anyone from seeing his posts and comments. This hit the front page and thousands of Redditors went back through his history and responded to everything as well as upvoting him to the sky. The comments were unbelievable and entirely positive. If anyone has the link, please let me know. It used to be one of the top posts of all time until they ducked with the algorithm, and posts regularly get many more upvotes. Here's the link, old.reddit.com. I remember when the top post was test post, please ignore.